As of March 27th, the Boston Celtics entered this game at 48-24, holding the second seed in the Eastern Conference, but with the New York Knicks applying pressure from just 1.5 games back. Every game in this final stretch of the regular season carries seeding implications. The Atlanta Hawks, at 41-32, had been one of the hotter teams in the East heading into this matchup, sitting in firm playoff position and riding a stretch of consistent results. This marked the third meeting between these two franchises this season, and the first two games split one apiece. One more variable entering Friday night. Jaylen Brown was ruled out before tip-off, sidelined by left Achilles tendonitis. That absence placed additional offensive responsibility on the remaining Boston rotation. Final score: Boston Celtics 109, Atlanta Hawks 102. The headline from TD Garden is a 36-point performance off the bench from Payton Pritchard. In 35 minutes of action, Pritchard connected on 13 of 23 field goal attempts, including 6 of 11 from beyond the arc, and converted all 4 of his free throw attempts. He added 7 rebounds and 4 assists to that line. To put that into context, those figures represent one of the more statistically complete off-bench performances produced in the league this season. 6 three-pointers from a reserve, on 54% efficiency from distance, constitutes an outlier shooting night by most measurable standards. Let's look at how this game actually developed. Atlanta controlled the first half. The Hawks held a 60-55 advantage at halftime, a 5-point lead that reflected disciplined offensive execution on their end and some initial rhythm challenges for Boston in Brown's absence. The second half told a different story. Boston's adjustment in the third and fourth quarters, anchored by Pritchard's sustained efficiency, resulted in a net swing that closed and ultimately reversed the deficit. On the Boston side, Jayson Tatum delivered a 26-point, 12-rebound, 5-assist outing, one of the more complete stat lines of his season. The combination of Tatum's volume and Pritchard's efficiency from range created a two-pronged offensive structure that proved difficult to contain across 24 minutes of second-half play. On the Atlanta side, the numbers reflect a team that competed across all 4 quarters. The Hawks finished with 19 free throw attempts, converting 19 of 23, a slight edge at the line that underscores their ability to generate contact. Atlanta's total rebound count came in at 42, compared to Boston's 63, a significant disparity on the glass that factored into second-chance opportunities for the Celtics throughout the second half. The Hawks' combined output from their primary contributors was sufficient to maintain competitiveness for 3.5 quarters. However, Boston's rebound advantage, combined with Pritchard's three-point volume, produced a point differential that Atlanta was unable to close in the final stretch. Now, what this result means in the larger picture. For Boston, the win moves the Celtics to 49-24 and reduces their magic number to 1 for clinching a postseason berth. A Philadelphia 76ers loss in Charlotte on Saturday evening would formally secure Boston's 12th consecutive playoff appearance, a streak representing over a decade of uninterrupted postseason qualification. The Celtics' current position at the second seed in the East is now held by a 1.5-game margin over the New York Knicks. With 9 games remaining in the regular season, each result in that range carries direct seeding implications, specifically around home court advantage in the early rounds. For Atlanta, the Hawks dropped to 41-33 following this result. Despite the loss, Atlanta's overall position in the Eastern playoff race remains intact. The Hawks are in a bracket of teams competing for positioning in the 5 through 8 seed range, and Friday's result represents a setback rather than a structural shift in their playoff trajectory. The significance of this game for Atlanta is primarily an opportunity cost. Road wins against top 2 seeds carry weight in tiebreaker scenarios, and this result removes that potential marker from the equation. Boston's attention shifts to the broader race for the second seed. The 1.5-game lead over New York is a working margin, not a comfortable one, and both franchises have competitive schedules remaining. The Celtics' ability to sustain their rotation output with Brown sidelined will be a continuing variable. Whether Friday's Pritchard performance reflects a repeatable contribution or a single-game outlier carries weight for how Boston approaches its final 9.